Hi there, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, great. How are you?
I'm doing good,
Can you hear
thanks.
me okay?
I can, yes,
Awesome.
I can.
My name is
So,
Mohammed, and
Mohammed, nice to meet you.
I'm calling from New Delhi, India.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And is that where you're from originally, or did you move there
Now,
later?
I belong to eastern part of India, which is 700 miles from New Delhi.
It's far.
Yes, and it's been 10 years I've been living in New Delhi. Delhi is the capital of India.
Yes.
Yes.
10 years ago, you moved to New Delhi. Okay. So, what languages do you speak besides English?
I speak three languages. One is my local language, and the second
Okay.
is national language, and third one is English language.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So, what's the name of your like your I don't know if you would call it your native language. You learn
It's
it at the same
called it's
time.
called Bhojpuri.
Bhojpuri, okay.
Yes,
And how different is it from Hindi? Is it very different?
it's very different. Yes.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. So you learn Hindi in school?
I haven't learned from school because this is a national language, and we don't have to learn our national language because once we grow, automatically we observe things and we
Okay.
get to learn. We don't have
Okay,
to study
no,
the grammar parts.
okay.
Yes.
No,
Right.
no, I was asking because I have friends from India who don't know Hindi.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're not fluent. Like they told me that they can read it, but they're not as fluent
Yeah,
in
they,
it.
they must be from South India because most of the
Yes, they
South
are.
Indian people, yes, they have their own,
Okay.
language like Telugu
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
Tamil, Malayalam.
Tamil, yeah.
Yes, there are
Mm-hmm.
different four types of languages are spoken in South India, and especially they don't speak Hindi. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
cases, some of the people could be speaking Hindi, and very few they could understand. But
Mm-hmm.
most of the people they speak their own language and English language.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a friend, another friend also from the south. I don't exactly remember where exactly, like what city, but her parents speak different languages to like their native language is not Hindi. They have a different one. And so her dad speaks one language and her mom speaks a different language. The only language they both spoke, which is how they met and stuff, was English.
Okay.
So her first language was actually English because that's the common tongue between her parents.
Okay.
Yeah. And then later on she learned her mom's language and then she learned her dad's language. Um, and then she's also one of the people who, like she said, she can read Hindi, but she's not fluent
Oh,
in
okay.
Hindi. Yeah, yeah. So what do you do?
Basically, I'm a businessman. I do business for the U.S. customers, and I'm an
Okay.
IT person, digital marketing, and
Oh, okay,
I'm in
cool.
the sales, and I have my own business, and I've been conducting my business for the 5 years, and I have done job for the 5 years.
So, you said you IT sales, right? Okay. So
Yes.
that means with the US, I guess you often have to speak English then.
Yes. Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And how did you get into this business?
Well, once I qualified my education after the master, degree I just obtained. After that, I came for the interview, especially in Delhi. I got a job without any difficulties because that time I was preparing for my entrance examinations for different types of government, examinations,
Okay.
and I was instructed by my elders that I should just apply for the job because I have received the degrees and I'm, eligible. And once I get the experience, I should move towards UAE, like Dubai countries.
Mm-hmm.
So I came to Delhi. I started doing job, and I liked my job because since beginning it was my interest to talk with the foreign people and do the business with the foreign people. So that was the job which was related to my, the courses and degrees and studies which I had done
Yeah.
in past, and so I liked this, and since then I have been in the same business.
Okay.
Yes.
So your English was pretty good. The only correction I have for you is you said I put it on the chat. I started doing job. We wouldn't say it like that. We would say I started working.
Okay.
Yeah, because job, um, I mean, they're very similar, but job is like the title of the work you do, basically, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. And so do you still want to move to places like Dubai, like the UAE,
No,
or
I don't
is your
want to move
mind?
it. I don't want to move any other countries since I have seen, in pandemic situation, it was very difficult for the people to come to their own country because of the pandemic situation. So
Mm-hmm.
I decided not to move from, India because, overall I have to earn money, and living in India, I'm just earning money, especially in dollars. So it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't change my perception because I want to stay in India. I want to live in
Mm-hmm.
India, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a good job and everything is okay, there's no reason for you to move.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Have you been to different places though, like outside of
So
India?
far, not any other country because once I applied for the visa for the US and it was declined for some reason before pandemic in
Mm.
2017, and
Not an
since
easy
then,
one to get,
yeah,
yeah.
since then I have not applied for any other countries. But maybe if I get a chance, I would
Mm-hmm.
just love to apply for different countries, especially for the tourist.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also it depends on your interest, but I know that I mean, I have a friend. She's from Vietnam though, but she studied. Um, But also people like friends from India. I live in Italy now, and she came here to study. Once you get a study visa, in a place like in the EU, it's much easier to get other visas.
Yes.
And study visas are, I mean, it's rare that they decline those, right? So if you want to make your life easier and you want to like try something out for like 2 months or something, a course could be an option. As long as you can work remotely, I guess. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. But the US, I know it's a difficult one to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you
Yeah.
do anyway? What's your profession?
I'm a graphic designer. I studied graphic design and I did a minor in photography, so I freelance as a designer and as a photographer.
Okay.
Back in Canada, I worked for a company, but then I got an opportunity to come to Italy to do it's called an artist residency. It's kind of like you go to like a gallery or a museum and you're like their resident artist making art in their
Yep.
facilities, right?
Okay.
And then I wanted to do my master's degree. So I did some research and I realized that it's a lot more affordable to do it here. It's incredibly less expensive
Okay.
than in the US or Canada. So I learned the language because it was the program that I was interested in is in Italian. So I learned it, and that's what I'm doing now.
Okay.
I'm doing that degree here.
Do
Yeah,
you have any future plans?
sure. I mean, I have ideas. I like planning, but there's a phrase that in English that it's we say we make plans and God laughs because plans
Yes.
never go to
Plans
plan,
never
right?
works according to our plans.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
So I have ideas. Like, I mean, the reason why I'm doing this master's degree is because I would like to do graphic design for theater and for cinema. Um, so this is related. So it'd be nice to find an entryway into that. Um, and I like Italy. I would like to stay here.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, Canada pays more, but the life here, I think, it's people are warmer here. Yeah. What about you? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I have no any plans for the future. And as I said that we plan, but plan doesn't work according to our plans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's always a little
we
different.
have to keep busy ourselves according to the problems and finding the solutions to the problems, because that's how we live.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
every day we have so many problems, and resolving those problems, we have to keep ourselves busy. Problems could be anything related to your job or personal or
Yeah.
business, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I have basically no plans, but I have a few ideas, as you said that, but I'm just
Mm-hmm.
working on it, and let's see
Yeah,
what could be the
basically.
consequences.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's better mentally as well,
Yes.
right? Because if we're very specific on our plans, it can be heartbreaking when they don't
Yes.
go through it. And so you said that, yeah, traveling was difficult, obviously, during the pandemic. Have you been
Yep.
able to travel back to your hometown now that things are
Yeah,
a
just
little better?
recently I have visited for over a month, and I just came back 1 week ago, and then I was active on Cambly for a month. Then I had a gap of 1 month, and just now I started just 3 days ago.
Getting back to it.
Yes, and since this is my passion of talking with the different people, and that's why I
Mm-hmm.
joined Cambly, because I never thought I need some other platforms to speak English, but since I saw good reviews of the Cambly, so I started joining this, and I got good response, and I felt somewhere that I was improving, because I wanted some kind of partners. Every day I could just talk and express
Mm-hmm.
my views and thoughts and ideas, but I
Yeah.
was unable to find any partners and do the group discussions or debates or any kind of topics. But Cambly gave me a courage, you can say, and confidence. It's helping me
Yeah.
to build, work upon my pronunciation, because as I see the people from different nation, I just try to imitate them and copy their accent, and
Yeah.
I try to find the rhythm of speech, how we have to speak,
Mm-hmm.
because living in India, it's quite difficult to speak just like a different nation, because we do have
Mm-hmm.
a different accent. We have a very strong accent, and sometimes for the different nation it's quite difficult to understand our languages. But for me, I'm just working on my pronunciation and working on my accent,
Mm-hmm.
and I found this is the
Yeah.
best platform, so that's why I'm just working on it.
Sorry, there's like a fruit fly here. That's why I'm
Yeah, I
going like
see it.
this. Um, yeah, I mean, I think too in the world. I mean, because you guys have such a big cinema,
Yes.
world, right? But it's not very. I mean, I've never. Maybe it's just my ignorance, but I've never seen a movie in Indian English.
Yes.
Because it's usually in like the different Indian languages. Because when people tell me, oh yeah, it's hard for me to understand when people from India speak English, and I'm like, well, it's not always a second language accent. Like my friend, her first language is English, but she still has an Indian accent because it's like an accent like American, for a lot of
Yes.
people.
Yep.
But it's exposure. I think it'd be a lot easier for other people to understand people from India if more movies were made with an Indian English accent,
Yes.
you know. But that being said, your accent is subtle. Like I've definitely heard, um, sorry, I clicked something and Siri came on.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, no, you're doing a really good job. And I'm really glad to hear that Cambly has been working so well. It's
Yep.
always nice to hear this, hear the feedback,
Yes.
because you hope that
Yep.
you can help. Yeah. What was I gonna say? We only have 35 seconds left, but it was really nice talking to you. Your English is quite good,
Thank you.
so good job. And I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you Merry Christmas, and
Thank
I
you.
wish you a good day, and
Thank you.
I wish you good luck in your future. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
too.
Bye.
Bye.